Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I will show you how you can prove each of the following trigonometry identities. But the first thing you need to know is that there are some trigonometry identities that you need to know. The first one is sine squared x plus cos squared x is equals to 1. So the second identity that you need to know is 1 plus tan squared x is equals to sec squared x. Then the third identity that you need to know is if you have sine 2x, this is the same thing as 2 sine x cos x. So in this question, what you need to do is that let's start from this a, right? So if you want to start from this now, the question says you have to prove that tan x over 1 plus sec x plus tan x over 1 minus sec x is equals to 2 tan x all over minus sine squared x. So the first thing I need to do is that, let me write the question again. We have tan x over 1 plus sec x plus tan x over 1 minus sec x is equals to 2 tan x over minus sine squared x. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to take the LCM, and the LCM is 1 plus sec x multiplied by 1 minus sec x. Then we have tan x, open bracket 1 minus sec x plus tan x, bracket 1 minus 1 plus sec x. So if you open this bracket, we have tan x minus sec x tan x plus tan x plus sec x tan x all over. Then this is a difference of 2 squared, so you can have 1 minus sec squared x. So now you observe that this cancel out, then you are left with tan x plus tan x, which is equals to 2 tan x over 1 minus sec squared x. So from a trig identity, we know that 1 plus tan squared x is equals to sec squared x from here. So 1 minus sec squared x, 1 minus sec squared x will be equals to minus tan squared x. So I'm going to replace minus tan squared x in place of 1 minus sec squared x. So we have 2 tan x over minus tan squared x. So tan x cancel out tan x here, you will be left with 2 over minus tan x. So is this equals to the right hand side? The right hand side is 2 tan x over minus sine squared x, which is wrong. So it's safe to assume that the question is wrong. This should be the final answer. We have 2 over minus tan x. So the next question I'm going to do is the b part. Which says sine x. We have sine x all over 1 plus cos x minus 1 plus cos x over sine x, which must be equals to 2 cosec x. So the first thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna take the LCM also. We'll take the LCM from here. What the LCM? You know that LCM is 1 plus cos x multiplied by sine x. So at the top we have sine squared x minus 1 plus cos x squared, because when 1 plus cos x multiplied by 1 plus cos squares, 1 plus cos x here, we have 1 plus cos x all squared, right? So this gives sine squared x minus, then if we expand 1 plus cos x all squared, we have 1 plus 2 cos x plus cos squared x all over sine x 1 plus cos x. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to use this negative to multiply out the bracket, so we can have sine squared x minus 1 minus 2 cos x minus cos squared x over sine x 1 plus cos x. So this is equals to, you know that sine squared x is the same thing as 1 minus cos squared x, because from here we said sine squared x plus cos squared x is equals to 1, right? My equation 1. So if I'm gonna make sine squared x the subject of the formula here, then we have sine squared x is equals to 1 minus cos squared x, right? So instead of writing sine squared x here, I'm gonna write 1 minus cos squared x, then minus 1 minus 2 cos x minus cos squared x over sine x 1 plus cos x. So 1 cancel out 1, minus cos squared x minus cos squared x, we have minus 2 cos squared x minus 2 cos x over sine x over 1 plus cos x. This is equals to, so minus 2 is common here, minus 2 cos x is common, then we have cos squared x plus 1 over sine x 1 plus cos x. So this is not squared, right? It should be ordinary cos. So you close the bracket. So this cancel out this, so you are left with minus 2 cos x over sine x. Alright, so what does this tell us? Cos x over sine x from the trig identity. Well, we all know that tan x is the same thing as sine x over cos x. So if I flip this upward and I bring this downward, then normally I have tan x over 1 here, which is also tan x. So because I flip the denominator to the numerator and I also did the same thing for the numerator, then I'm gonna do the same thing over here, right? So I have 1 over tan x is the same thing as cos x over sine x, which is also cot s, cotangent x. So this is equals to minus 2 cot x. So is this the same thing as the right hand side? No, because the right hand side we were expected to get 2 cosec x, right? From the question we expect to get this 2 cosec x, but we are getting 2 minus 2 cot x. So this shows that either the equation is the question is incorrect, or they are missing something, or we are missing something, right? So but I'm sure we are not missing anything, so the question is not correct. The answer should be minus 2 cot x. So let's move to our third question, which is the part C. Part C says we have tan squared x minus 1 over tan squared x plus 1 should be equals to 1 minus 2 cos squared x. Okay, we know that from the trig identities, tan squared x plus 1 is the same thing as sec squared x, which is this identity, right? 1 plus tan squared x equals to sec squared x, which is also what is here. So you can replace that, tan squared x minus 1 all over sec squared x. Then normally tan squared x is the same thing as sec squared x minus 1. Tan squared x alone is the same thing as sec squared x minus 1. Then we have minus 1 here over sec squared x. So we have sec squared x minus 2 over sec squared x. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to split this fraction. I'm going to write it as sec squared x over sec squared x minus 2 over sec squared x, right? So this cancel out this, you are left with 1 minus 2, but this is also the same thing as 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over sec squared x, but sec squared x is the same thing as 1 over cos squared x. So 1 over sec squared x is the same thing as cos squared x. So I can say this is the same thing as 2 cos squared x. So this identity is correct. So we have this, right? Don't let this confuse you, because let me make it clear. You know that 1 over cos x or 1 over cos squared x is the same thing as sec squared x, right? So 1 over sec squared x will be equals to cos squared x. I hope you understand. So this sec squared x cancel out sec squared x here, so we have 1 minus 2 over sec squared x is the same thing as 2 cos squared x. So the identity is correct for this C. So now we move on to D. What is D? So this cosec squared x tan squared x minus 1 is equals to tan squared x. Let's write that. Cosec squared x tan squared x minus 1 is equals to tan squared x. Let's see if we are correct. Yes. So how do we solve this? Okay, we know that cosec squared x is the same thing as 1 over sine squared x, right? So what I just need to do is that I just need to replace cosec squared x with 1 over sine squared x. So I have 1 over sine squared x multiplied by tan squared x minus 1. This should give me tan squared x. So we have 1 over sine squared x multiplied by, you know that tan squared x is the same thing as sine squared x over cos squared x, then minus 1 equals to tan squared x. So these cancel out these, right? So we have 1 over cos squared x minus 1 should be equals to tan squared x. Then don't forget, I said earlier, I said 1 over cos squared x is the same thing as sec squared x. So 1 over cos squared x is sec squared x minus 1. It should be equals to tan squared x. But from the trig identity, we know that 1 plus tan squared x is equals to sec squared x. So we have, if I make tan squared x the subject, I'm going to have sec squared x minus 1, which is what is here at the left hand side. So we have this. So instead of writing sec squared x minus 1, I will have tan squared x, because sec squared x minus 1 is the same thing as tan squared x, which is equals to tan squared x, which is true. So we're proving this, that cosec squared x multiplied by tan squared x minus 1 is equals to tan squared x. So this is our final answer. Thank you.